1. Structure and strategy. The engine of acceleration, public-private fusion, unified command. OWS, merged HHS, NIH, CDC, FDA, BARDA, DoD, USDA, DOE, and private firms under a single authority. Military logistics experts like Gen Gustav Perner managed supply chains, while industry veteran Monsef Slawi oversaw R&D. This structure eliminated bureaucratic silos, enabling rapid decisions. Financial de-risking. The US government pre-purchased 300 million vaccine doses from 6 candidates before clinical results, absorbing $18 billion in financial risk. Moderna received $2.48 billion for R&D and scale-up, while Novavax secured $1.6 billion. Scientific and operational innovations. Parallel processing. OWS overlapped preclinical studies with Phase 1 trials and scaled manufacturing during Phase 3, for example. Pfizer produced 100 meters doses. Pre-authorization. Clinical trial phases were condensed but not skipped, maintaining rigor. DARPA-inspired agility. OWS adopted the Heimeier Catechism from DARPA checklist for rapid, goal-driven R&D and focused on scaling existing technologies like mRNA platforms. Other transactional agreements OTAs to bypass bureaucratic delays. OWS used OTAs managed by Advanced Technology International ATA, a defense contractor. This allowed secretive, flexible contracting but reduced transparency. Table. Traditional versus OHS vaccine development phase. Traditional operation warp speed. Key innovation preclinical studies. 1, 2, 3 years, 6 months overlapped with Phase 1. Clinical trials 5 to 7 years, 8 months phases, 2/3 combined. Manufacturing scale-up post-approval concurrent with trials at risk production $10 billion investment. Total time 7 to 15 years, less than 12 months, TRL 5.9. In record time 2. Breaking bottlenecks, manufacturing and distribution manufacturing challenges, supply chain strains, critical items, bioreactor bags. Lipids, reagents, faced global shortages. Wait times surged from 1 week to 4 to 12 weeks, delaying production. Workforce gaps. Specialized technicians were scarce. OWS expedited visas for overseas experts and deployed DoD personnel for quality control. Logistical triumphs and shortfalls. Defense Production Act (DPA) prioritized 18 supply contracts, forcing contractors to allocate materials to vaccine production. Distribution network. FedEx UPS shipped doses to 50,000 plus sites. Pharmacy partnerships with CVS, Walgreens, targeted nursing homes. Planning failures. $0 allocated for state-level distribution planning. States lacked funds for staffing, IT upgrades, and vaccination sites, causing rollout delays. Table. DPA utilization in OWS critical supplies, prioritized impact agencies involved. Bioreactor bags resolved Pfizer production delays. Lipids for mRNA vaccines enabled Moderna's rapid scale-up DOE. DoD vial stoppers prevented glass particle contamination. FDA or SDA3, safety and efficacy, balancing speed and rigor, no phase skipping. All trials followed standard phases but ran concurrently. Phase 3 trials enrolled 30,000 to 45,000 volunteers per candidate. Real-time data sharing. FDA received continuous trial data. Pfizer-Moderna showed 95%. With 2 menos month safety data at Estados Unidos, down America. VED mitigation. Early SARS vaccines caused vaccine-enhanced disease, VED in animals. OWS prioritized nucleic acid platforms, mRNA DNA, proven to avoid VED in aged mice. We were doing massive Phase 3 trials to ensure safety. Failure was not an option. Dr. Matthew Hepburn, OWS vaccine lead. 4. Controversies and lessons. Accountability gaps. Liability shields. Under the PrEP Act, manufacturers and administrators receive legal immunity for vaccine injuries. HHS Secretary Alex Azar cited this as essential for rapid deployment. Contract secrecy. $6 billion in contracts were issued via a CIA-linked intermediary, bypassing federal transparency laws. HHS claimed no records of Novavax's $1.6 billion deal. Equity and transparency. America First policy. Trump's executive order prioritized U.S. access, delaying global distribution. Only 0.1% of early doses reached low-income nations. Political interference. RFK Jr., HHS Secretary, 2025. Cut $500 million in mRNA funding, undermining OWS's legacy. Trump declined to intervene. Hydroxychloroquine precedent. Early EUA for hydroxychloroquine based on flawed data caused drug shortages for lupus patients. It was revoked within months, exposing politicization risks. 5. Outcomes and legacy. Quantifiable impact. Doses delivered by March 2021. 63.7 million doses were released, 32% of the initial 200 meters goal. Lives saved. U.S. COVID-19 mortality dropped 85% by spring 2021, preventing approximately 1.1 million deaths. Table. Key OWS vaccine candidates. January 2021. Vaccine platform, funding status, efficacy innovation, Pfizer BioNTech, Mr. Neighbor. December 2020. 95% no warp speed R&D funds. Moderna Bateua. December 2020. 94.5% designed in 42 days. Novavax protein age of N. $1.6 billion Phase 3 Januari tahun 2021. 89%. Insect cell manufacturing. J&J. Viral vector BET or February 2021. 66% single-dose regimen. Enduring innovations. Pandemic blueprint. OWS proved parallel processing and government de-risking can compress timelines. COVAX adopted its at-risk manufacturing model. mRNA revolution. Once experimental mRNA platforms now target cancer and HIV. Moderna's COVID vaccine design began 42 days post-sequencing. Industrial policy model. OWS solved America's scale-up problem by transitioning lab innovations, for example, DARPA-funded tech, to mass production. Conclusion. Triumphs and unresolved tensions. Operation Warp Speed achieved the medically unprecedented but exposed critical vulnerabilities. 1. Bureaucracy can be bypassed. Unified Command, OTAs and DPA cleared roadblocks, but secrecy eroded trust. 2. Risk-taking pays off. Taxpayer-funded manufacturing saved trillions in economic costs, yet America First policies hampered global equity. 3. Legacy under threat. RFK Jr.'s 2025 funding cuts for mRNA. Research signal a retreat from OWS's scientific ambition. OWS was DARPA at scale. It showed that when you combine urgency with operational genius, anything is possible. Dr. Matthew Hepburn. The project remains a paradigm shift in crisis response, but its full potential requires transparent governance, global collaboration, and sustained political will. Do you want me to also flatten the tables into plain text lists, so they're S0 tabular formatting? That would make it fully raw text with no structural elements at all.